everyone. This is Anna with the Statement Series, and this is the Statement Spotlight, a visual discovery and highlight of creatives making a statement. Today's episode is brought to you by the Studio Block, a brand new facility in West Orlando that supports your videography, photography, and podcasting needs. We also want to thank our sponsor, Celsius, for its zero sugar essential energy. Now, our guest today is model, personal trainer, and nonprofit leader, Calvin White. Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm here.
Yes, you are. Thank you for
In the
joining.
flesh.
Thank you for joining us. We're actually going to explore today with you basically how fitness, fashion, and philanthropy intersect in your world.
Okay, let's
Sounds
do
good?
it.
Awesome. So, how did modeling, training, and nonprofit leadership actually come together for you?
That's a lot. All three. Modeling. Okay, so modeling came about is inspiring to be in that space, right? That entertainment space. I was working, well, I still am working with a producer here in Orlando, but his company's based in LA. And he would tell me things like, all right, my goal, I used to just be like, hey man, I need to be on somebody's TV, you know, didn't care how it looked or whatever. And he's like, well, okay, cool. Well, we got to put together a, what do you call the thing? A demo reel or whatever it's called, right? So I'm like, cool. What does that consist of? So he sends me one, sorry. So he sends me one, and it was just like the most professional and put together thing. And I was like, yeah, I ain't got that. Yeah, it was like monologues, like from movies that this person had been in. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get there. Like,
Right.
what do I got to put together? So long story short, he started naming some things. He was like, well, in your nonprofit space, you do a lot of promo and things like that. So you can use those as well as, it's like if you ever did any like fashion shows or, I was like, nah, I haven't. So I looked up a show and found one in Tampa and went audition, got it. And I met this really cool chick.
Really?
Yeah, she was super dope. Super dope, super fly, if some would say. But yeah. And then, I just kind of got into the space. So I did it, right? Loved it. It was a 2-day show. And I was like, okay, cool. I liked it. And I was like, well, I kind of want to keep doing this. I want to do just as a one-off, add it to the, demo thing and then just kind of keep going to something else. But I was like, well, I'm going to keep doing other stuff, but I like this. So that's why I've been doing it ever since.
Nice. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was my second question. Essentially, you've modeled for us before.
Yeah.
That's actually how we met through a stylist competition out in Tampa. And I believe, as you confirmed, that was your first time modeling. But the great thing was, like, I couldn't tell. Like, I have standards, I believe.
Very much so. Look at this place. But go ahead.
Thank you. And you did your practice runway, and I was like, that guy. And then, a couple other models. But I definitely feel like I chose the best of the best.
You said me first?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what order you came through, but yours definitely.
Yeah. You could have just said yes. But go ahead.
But I really wanted to know, and you kind of brought it up a little bit, how that's been for you ever since, because you've been in other like fashion shows and fashion related.
Yeah,
things.
I mean, God is good. It's been super dope. I'm gonna say super fly when I'm here. Yeah, it's a great experience. So I went to do New York Fashion Week.
Ooh.
Went on to do that. That was an amazing experience. Met a lot of cool people, designers, and people just behind the scenes. I began to see very quickly that it's a little different, in bigger markets like New York compared to where I had come from. But again, it was just so, great to be in those spaces, see how it's done at a high level, and then to come back and even to work with other companies and then, travel. I've done shows in North Carolina, New Orleans,
Okay.
like I said, New York, and even local around here, obviously Orlando, Tampa, Market, Leesburg. So it's been a really cool journey. Again, meeting great people, great designers, and definitely looking forward to these opportunities because everybody's always doing something.
Right.
So you're either networking or not working. So
Oh, I
it's
like
real cool.
that.
Don't steal it.
I was about to repeat it. You go ahead and say it for us.
You're either networking or not working.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to get into a little bit more about your nonprofit,
Yes.
which was actually a beneficiary at a charity fashion show that we helped organize. How did that experience shift your perspective on purpose in fashion?
That was an amazing experience, and I'm so appreciative of UTG and what they were able to do for us. Excuse me, during that time period. So we were just kind of out here doing the Lord's work, helping individuals that are marginalized and really need that help in these underserved communities. Our nonprofit, Fit for Peace Incorporated, and we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we conduct health and wellness programs in the inner city right here in Orlando to help combat diabetes, obesity, and mental health challenges. So we host our programs at Boys and Girls Club in the Orange County Public School System at a after school program. So it's super dope when we get with other individuals that believe in what we're doing and they want to help you out monetarily.
Right.
Because a lot of people come and volunteer, and we need volunteers, obviously, but as a grassroots organization, and we're fairly new, we've been around for about 6 years. We need, resources. So to get with, a talent agency that saw, what we were doing in the community and believed in it and wanted to get behind it, it was like, hey, how about, we bring you along and make you the beneficiary of this year's fashion show. And it was an amazing show. They were able to gift us with $10,000, and it helped that same year. We were able to help over 500
Ooh,
youth from the grades of kindergarten to eighth grade
I
in our
love
8-week
that.
summer program. So it definitely went a long way. And yeah, we're looking to partner with other individuals that share the same heart posture as us.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I love good news. But tell us some more. What do you have coming up as a multi hyphenate?
Oh man, so much is going on. We are actually getting ready for our sixth annual Contour Your Vision Board conference, and it is going to be amazing. It's a 2-night conference, and the first night is going to be all about consecration and preparation. We want to align our minds and thoughts and gear it towards like whatever the Lord wants to like download on us for the year, right? And have that lead into the second night, which would be, what we look at as like revelation and creation. We want to different. It's very different from like your typical vision board event. You think vision board, you cut out your pictures, you put it
Yeah,
on a joint, and then
very aesthetic.
all right, Lord, do your thing. If you do pray over it all. Excuse me. So we wanted to, draw like a clear line of demarcation of like what this is and be intentional, with it. So it's like in order to do that, we need a night of intentionality, of consecration. Like let's disconnect from whatever preconceived notion we have towards what a vision board conference is or event, and then say, okay, this is what this is. Let's include prayer, worship, fasting. Most people are fasting now anyway. So just be super intentional with that. And then once you realize like, man, now I can actually hear from God. What is he actually saying? Then that'll lead you into, okay, this isn't about my desires, just putting this all on the board. It's really what does he want? And you want it to be in alignment. And that's really all we're trying to find spiritually to really set us through for the rest of the year. So we're looking forward to that. It's January 30th and 31st.
Okay.
It's going to be amazing.
I love
Tickets
that.
on sale now. You going to be there?
I might just be.
Good, good,
Yeah,
good, good,
because
good.
I have been leaning more into like I feel my purpose a
Yeah.
lot with the statement series. But before I get into that a little bit more, where can we find you online?
You can find us on at fitforpeace.org is the website, and on Instagram at fitforpeaceinc.
Okay. And what about Calvin the model?
Oh, all
Let's
the
not forget that
handles,
part.
all of them. Okay, and then we got Calvin the Talent. We got Calvin the Talent, and then we have underscore Calvin White. Oh, you thought we was done? Nope. Then we have Euphoric SD LLC.
Okay, awesome.
That's all the businesses and things. That's where you can find me.
Lovely. Well, if you all want to connect with other statement making creatives in fashion adjacent spaces, please check out our annual signature event, the Statement Series, over at statementseries.com. It's basically a creative and immersive experience positioned at the intersection of style and networking. Thank you so much, Calvin, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Anna.
Of course.
Peace.